You know that yours truly, Dragan, is about to do a 93 minutes dance for world peace, international justice, and secured freedom by universal love for the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which are one empire under the sun and the stars and the moon on earth. The Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party. I'm not gonna put the music, you're not gonna hear it because I got trouble with copyrights, can't see my video. So just imagine the music and you can hear it. Say H Babano.
Revolution, revolution. Let the lights of the world unite. Horus, Lola, Nuda. Reborn. Dancing goddess, Dragan Empire, Phoenix People's Party.
Yeah. Ready for attack, ready for rap, ready for the peace, world peace. That'll set a heart attacks. Yep, I sold a lot of weed, sold a lot of pills, sold a lot of that shit. Ain't no mention my name in the streets. Hard rock, hard block, concrete. No poetry up in this only the salt and pepper. That's how it was sometimes better. Yep, with a pride flag, rainbow like a motherfucker. You gotta know. Blessing on hearing thunder. Blessed art thou God, master of the universe, the God. Sun dances with the goddess, the sister. Goddess that dances with bird, the sun. Yeah, spark and rumbling thunder, lightning. Yeah, I love it. Just dance, and I'm gonna do a second dance, and we gotta do a three. And Nicki Minaj, the new song Green should have been in it. Said eat the rich, motherfucker, like we're supposed to. Y'all made your money, money thought, give some free massages. Shut your bitch ass up. This revolution you saw, yeah, I go sometimes retarded. Rewind and replaying on my lips some of motherfucking poetry. Kiss my ass 1,000,000,000 times. I kiss yours 1,000,000,000 lips. Kicks from our armies and allies. You know this real life shit. On this English sentence, one of the Dead Poet Society theorized shit. For the scars that left me on the concrete jungle blood shit. Yeah, multi Jewish Ashkenazi out of cost surviving grandkids shit. This American New World Order, but what you talking about? I'm broke as fuck shit. Anti-Semitic shit, we don't play that bitch. Gotta start every tattooed on my arm and on my chest, kid. Shit. I done see them how they look at me when I go to the beach. Motherfucker, yeah. I'm a bad bitch. Turn into Hannah, but a motherfucking androgynous shit. Yeah. But for world peace, extend my extended peace that I hate all this shit. And been through what I've been through, the rich born with a silver spoon tricks. On the lips, flavorless shit. On the more apologies for this bitch. This real life best rap you ever heard in 2021 freestyling. That's a fact lip. Yup. You know Dragan fists are gonna make Donald Trump old bro. Nose grow like Pinocchio. King that, sing that. Kanye West, yo. Sing that, bro. On hello, lolo, loco, little bit of switch on my flow, North Americano, universal like the sun, yo. Rap, I bitch, my lips on my tricks again. For world peace, cleaning my room, office, and temple. So just got the second dose, 11:22 a.m., 21st of July. Keep my holy secret and divine name out of your mouth. If it's not for a blessing, I've been politely warned. Adrian H, Dragonborn, Androgynous, Pansexual, founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire for world peace, international security, and justice with global secured freedom and universal love by the Phoenix People's Party. Rebirthing during this COVID, Adrian Hana Dragan, ADRIANHAN and AHDRAGON. Ain't nobody born a dragon, not even myself. Blood, sweat, and tears to get Dragon turned that A into a no. Can be an ally supporter. Tell the leaders of the free world to drop down and give me some push-ups. 13 would love him for world peace. Gotta play that 3 times. I've been in a rap on it. I got no money for the studio, but got a trillion kisses, rubs. Yeah, I said a trillion. Founded the World Bank of Love. Yours truly, Androgynous Dragan. Credit of trillions of kisses. Trillions. I said a trillion. Trillion is 1,000 billion. A billion is 1,000 million. So you put one with zeros. Put that 77 trillion. Yeah, 77 trillion kisses. From the goddess to the priestess. Or the goddess H. Yours truly, Androgynous, the one called Abomination. Trillion kisses. A world bank for my allies and armies. Trillions of rubs. Trillions of tickles. There's a washing of the feet and hands of that. Yeah. A new world bank. Adrian Hunter currency mode. Trillions of push-ups. Trillions of squats. Trillions of hawks. Drop your ass down and give me some motherfucking push-ups, motherfucker. That's my motherfucking message to the leaders of the motherfucking world, motherfucker. Drop down. Give Dragan 0 13 push-ups. 11 for the sake of world peace. Third time, Nicki Minaj Green. Yeah. I wasn't. Well, let me know. I'm just cleaning in my room, doing some dance and some art. My room house in Temple. I'm not online, no. My bad, sorry. Got it. My bad, bro. Next class is at 9. Okay, great. That was my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister. Anonymous to that trinity of sister, friend, teacher as the fourth dimension. Of being for the moment my one and only financial sponsor, providing me filters and the apparatus, the machine, for my ass to drink cleaner, healthier, pure, more filtered water, and by extension this black coffee. Remember the motto of the dancing goddess empire, which is one with the dragon empire, that all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes were made, produced, and created by the dance or the goddess with her brother the sun. Even those fruits, vegetables, and legumes back in ancient Egypt that were harvested by farmers back then to feed the workers who built those pyramids. And that same dance of the goddess with her brother the sun made, created, and produced fruits, vegetables, and legumes to feed the ones who built the aqueducts and the roads in the ancient Roman Empire by the farmers then, and the Great Wall of China. That same dance of the goddess with her brother the sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. Today is happening somewhere in the world. The sunset now in Hakka and Montreal. It's picking off somewhere morning in Korea, China, Japan. Sun rises now, producing fruits, vegetables, and legumes for them to make skyscrapers and harvested by our brothers and sisters. Farmers over there make skyscrapers in 2021, July 21 here in Hawk Island, Montreal, or New York, Berlin, Tel Aviv. Yeah, remember that. Huh? What's that? Yeah. Yeah. Gonna do a little bit of pause. Continue room mops and temple cleaning in 15 minutes. I'm gonna pause. About coffee. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat, man. I gotta eat. Watch, y'all wanna stick around, wanna see me eat? Nah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Alright, man, stick around, wanna see me eat? listen to motherfucking some into some listen to some poetry, to some whatever it is, man. You know, shit. Coming right back. Put the chair, man. Chair back, some poetry. Right there. Shit, I'm tripping. Alright, here we go. Gotta tie this hair up, man. How'd you get in the door? God damn it, getting into the door fast, man. That tiny little hair. Yeah. There was some flexing, man. There we go. Sheesh. You know, I got the jab right here today. So started a 3-day cleaning my room off Sun Temple. To Friday, since the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon week begins. Sunday, 3 p.m. and after the 37-hour, 49-minute, 42-second, almost 38 hour Sabbath. Little flex. Started to feel it here. Starting to become more painful. I got it right here. Right here. So put a little thing. Like second shot. Fitness journey, man. Lost 72 pounds. All right. I'll put some news. Get to some eating, man. Eating. I'll fill this cup of coffee real quick. I'm gonna be reading the news a little bit out loud, man. Let's see. What's in the news? Let me read some 3 articles. I will wash my hands, man, before I eat, right? I'm gonna be touching bread, so hygiene is important. I'm gonna be disinfecting. I'm gonna go wash. This is disinfectant. Although I could use the disinfectant, this one or this one. I'm just gonna go wash real quick. Just while I'm gone, just do some push-ups or bust a dance move or write Adrian Dragan Adrian 93 times online. Bless you if you do that. My name to healing. Hand washed. I love to get dirty. I gotta get back clean. Cause staying dirty get you microbes, will get you bacteria and disease. Right? We can't have civilization and partying and building, maintaining, or upgrading civilization. We get bacteria, disease. Alright, so man, go get tested. Get the vax. Got my second shot today. Starting to feel a little pain, just like last time. It's very similar to last time, although last time, from my recollection, the pain began much later than today. I was starting to, when I move like this up, starting to feel a muscle pain there. So last time I was like 2 days, almost 3, and then felt good. I felt a bit sore pain, and I'm nauseous and fatigue, what have you. So I've started today, Wednesday, 3-day cleaning until Friday midnight. Of course, at midnight Friday, the 37-hour, 49-minute, 42 seconds dancing goddess and dragon, which is one empire under the star, under the moon, under the sun, on earth, for world peace, international justice and security, and secure global freedom, our universal love. The Phoenix People's Party, Sabbath, of course, for my allies and armies, for the recreation, rejuvenation, and pleasure of my allies, armies, subjects, and brothers and sisters, not only for the youth, but especially youth up to 37 years of age, millennials. Consider you the young millennials and other generations. So yours truly started with a dance, exercise, and this room of Sun Temple to purify, clear, reorder in the coming 3 days. By today 1 day, tomorrow Thursday 2nd day, Friday 3rd day, and on the July 24th on Sabbath, a special 22-day revolutionary party of the dancing goddess, the Dragon Empire, and the Phoenix People's Party for world peace, international security and justice, and global freedom on Mount Royal, Hawk Island, Montreal. Sabbath begins on Friday midnight. So, dust to clean, reordering, some things to give away to, especially to charity or to Renaissance, where secondhand store bought this dragon shirt, first dragon shirt on dragon, $4. This one, and other items, boots and other items there in the past years. So let's read 3 articles. Global chip shortage, microchip Maya to the International Space Station. US border closure makes no sense as Canada starts to reopen, critics. And I'm just gonna read, I'm not gonna comment, but I'm just gonna read the articles. This is more Canadian, North American perspective, of course. And Tesla, let's gonna read on Elon Musk Business Insider. So I'm gonna read that one. And what else I'm gonna read? US border closures. Let's read that one. National Post. The US border closure makes no sense as Canada starts to reopen for fully vaccinated Americans. If you don't know that, yours truly, Adrian H, Dragon on COVID. Got my second jab, although I think I had COVID in the January until about February 20th. I was very sick, and the disease was like death, pestilence, and disease. Thought I was gonna die in many ways. Did die. Adrian H. Dragan died, bringing me Born Adrian H, Dragan. Yours truly, Androgynous, Pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire. And I think I had COVID. My trinity on COVID hasn't changed. It's first and foremost, I believe it was, I don't know first and foremost what caused COVID. Second, I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings. Third, since don't know for sure, my belief is not confirmed 100%, cannot rule out another possibility, XYZ being an accident in a lab, an experiment gone wrong, or a bioweapon, etc. That trinity, not knowing, believing it was snakes, and cannot ruling out another possibility, a fourth dimension. What do know for 100% for sure is that 93 days or so before COVID, October 17th, performed the first session of my new training program, which I've created right in this room office in Temple, called General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with World War III scenario. Because as a world peace advocate and yours truly independent student scholar of history, wars, geopolitics, civilizations, and as a independent security analyst and theorist, I was analyzing the geopolitical, global political situation, and I was saying in my mind, we are on a path to World War III, since the major events which I've considered for me to declare that back in October 2019 was the US-China trade war began by the US Trump administration, imposing tariffs on more than 665 billion worth of goods from China, starting from and beginning of 2018, about January, end of January, February in 2018, the Trump administration, Trump was president of the USA, started the US-China trade war. China retaliated. The arrest of Meng Wanzhou by Canadian authorities by the RCMP in Canada in order to honor an extradition treaty with the USA triggered a political crisis between Canada and China. Subsequently, China arrested Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor on charges of espionage and other charges, and thus triggering the Sino-Canadian crisis, further the Sino-North American crisis with the US trade war ongoing. And historical facts, events such as the Pearl Harbor event, I've taken these facts into consideration to create my World War III scenario, of which my workout called General War Integrated Body Training System was made and created to go hand in hand in a paradoxical, parallel, providential way. 93 days later, COVID-19 health and financial crisis hits, with the financial crisis in my scenario paradoxically even parallel in providence, an exact resemblance in my scenario. What triggers World War III is a global financial collapse, beginning on October 31st, called Black Halloween in my fictitious scenario, and 93 days later, due to COVID, February 20th, 2020, the actual stock market crash begins and ends above April 7th. Now, I've said before mass testing was available, I think I had it, and I got 3 negative tests, got already 2 jabs, so I don't know for sure, but this I do know. And Paradox, as a world peace advocate, so somebody who has been on a fitness journey, I've created that workout, saying we're on a path of World War III, and paradoxically, since in my scenario I've envisioned the solution, that's what I'm calling for. Of course, the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragan Army, in parallel with the Dancing Goddess Army, to attain harmony between civilization and nature, and the Dragan Army to secure food, housing, and transport for all. Since COVID, of course, resembled my scenario, my World War III scenario, my workout is perfect for COVID, requires no equipment, and in my scenario, that was the solution, mobilizing 1% of the adult population of NATO, creating a new social security force, aka a new army, in order to make sure by public-private partnership to re-establish and rebuild up great civilization for world peace, that food and housing is secured. Let it be known also that, so as a universal spiritual teaching student, I'm learning things every day. I believe in reincarnation, and as a matter of fact, I was reincarnated. I was born in the USA as an American twice in past life, and asking this third time Biden gave me immediate citizenship. And of course, and 56 years ago, served in the US Army about 718 miles down south from Hawk Island, Montreal, down that way. US border closure makes no sense as Canada starts to reopen for fully vaccinated Americans, critics. I'm gonna just read it, not gonna comment on it, although one thing I will comment is the plan of Windsor's mayor, which we have a border, Windsor tunnel border with Michigan, Detroit. Detroit, Michigan is the state, Detroit. Windsor is a city in Ontario, and across the border with Detroit, Michigan, the state of in the USA. We have a tunnel border, and last week I've actually dedicated one of my general war integrated total body training system sessions, of which I've performed. I'm gonna check this binder, Holy Sacred Divine, given to me by my friend, sometimes teacher, the one I love and call sisterhood, that Trinity, sister, friend, teacher at the fourth dimension, anonymous, one and only financial sponsor for the moment. It says no pain, no gain. Even this sticker was given from my sister, friend, teacher. This binder served me to write all the general war integrated total body training system sessions with the markings, because of course you have to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks. You got 93 minutes to do them, maximum 13 reps per set, minimum 3 anywhere in between. It's not overly regimented, you can play around with it. However, you got to march, jog, walk, fast pace, minimum 31 seconds, because it was created to go hand in hand with the scenario and to be the examination to be eligible for the member of the Dragan Army, of which it is now since July 24, 2020. I've been advocating for due to COVID, paradox. So you see there all the workouts pages, 7 squats, 7 hawks until you get to 100, 100, and all these pages here, pain, blood, sweat, and tears for yours truly, Adrian H. Born. This is the motto of the Dragan Army: is nobody is born a dragon. Can be an ally, support world peace, international justice, and security, but not even myself with a surname Dragon. The blood, sweat, and tears, and thousands of push-ups, thousands of squats, thousands of hawks, millions of marching steps in steel-toe boots in Hawk Island, Montreal, and this room Austin Temple barefoot to turn that A into an O. That is the motto of the Dragan Army. And anybody willingly living to be a member, whether of NATO allies, North Atlantic Treaty Organization members, which I'm calling Israel to become the 31st member ASAP. And if somebody starts today, 21st, as a cadet or as a new soldier, whether in the army of NATO somewhere in Canada, which is part of NATO, US, part of NATO, Germany, part of NATO, or a country part of 30 member nation countries of NATO, you start it today or start tomorrow, or you're a high-ranking general All grades must be able to do this workout within the rules. 93 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hocks, maximum 13 repetitions per set, minimum 3 or anywhere in between. Gotta march, jog, walk, fast pace, minimum of 31 seconds in between each set. Nobody is born a dragon, you become one. Secure food, housing, and transport, those three elements which I'm calling the security of public-private partnership for all. Regardless, once you have those three secure elements, food, housing, and transport, then we can work on the rest. Hygiene, garments, internet connection, XYZ. Those three elements, food, housing, and transport by public-private partnership and the creation of a global central bank by my theory called debt refusion, refusing all debt, existing private and public debt. My private is X, let's say mine's X, yours X1, and there's hundreds of millions of X's. I'm about $10,000 in debt. You're, let's say, 1,000 something, somebody's 93, somebody's more, 20,000, whatever. Taking all the X's, private debt as a private citizen myself, the public debt, the countries, Y1 is Canada, Y2 is United States, Y3 is Germany, Y4 is Israel, etc. There's 156 countries, let's say, put them all together, the number in US dollars. Get that credit the global central bank, create a global central bank to issue a global digital preferred currency by the hand, the voice, the eye, or unique biometrics in order to finance the Dragan army for securing food, housing, and transport for all via public-private partnership of all corporations, institutions, and organizations. Create the Dragan army in parallel with the dancing goddess army, of which I'm calling the NFL, NHL, NBA. Made millions of dollars since 1984 and just patriarchal, just brothers. Let's be honest, no women's sports leagues makes even close to what our brothers in those aforementioned sports leagues, National Football League, National Hockey League, National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball make. Not even close. Right? There are individual women's sports athletes that make a few tennis players, XYZ, but as a league, there's no league that makes even close. Women's soccer league, a few $1,000s a year, a few tens of thousands a year for hockey. That's not even close in percentage, like 1%, 2%, I mean 3% of what the, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, to finance the dancing goddess army, a non-sectarian, the dancing goddess and the dragon empire under the sun, under the stars, on the moon, on earth, in all ways. Of the mass financing, mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, forests, lakes, by organizing mass dancing events across the world. To provide this global central currency, global central bank, to create those two aforementioned institutions, the Dragan Army, international integrated social security force from all existing public and private security forces, armed forces, and citizens of the world, securing food, housing, and transport by the public-private partnership. And then we can work on the rest. And then if we have those three secured, for all we can secure freedom. Sure, freedom of movement, freedom of easy to move around. You don't get along with people. You got food, housing secured, public-private partnership. Once those three are secured, the universal revolutionary centrism, we're going to secure freedom and liberty by doing that for all citizens. Food, housing, and transport. And then we can work, encourage and socially reward people to do volunteering, to do community work, to work out, train, exercise, to do art, to wash, clean, hygiene, read books, learn activities, or online or in a public-private partnership. So see all these pages here, see? There you go. So yesterday performed my 206th session. 94 to go, because initially said I'm gonna do 300 general war integrated body training system sessions, and I'm up to 94. So 6 more to go. Try it. If you can't do it within the rules, you can be the next Dragon army. This applies to all willingly living to do so. US border closure makes no sense as Canada starts to reopen for fully vaccinated Americans. Critics. America, this is from the National Post. America will prohibit Canadians from crossing the land border to the US for another month. A move critics said Wednesday would continue to harm businesses and families in both countries, especially in tightly integrated border regions. I can see how so. It is. What are the alternative solutions? The cases are in the news in most American states. 93% of the states, if we can quantify in percentage, 50 American states. I believe maybe cases are going up from what I've seen from what I understand and see from the news. What the US administration has done today is to continue to divide families and prevent people from coming to the US for tourism or business, said Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Perry Betty, Batty. On social and on economic terms, it makes no sense whatsoever. The US announced Wednesday it will continue to keep its land border with Canada closed to non-essential, so not fully non-essential travel, until August 21st. And as an American in past life, I think that American brothers and sisters would need Adrian Dragan to perhaps to come give us some for world peace in front of the White House. Adrian Dragan massages, washes, kisses and blesses his American brothers and sisters in a non-sectarian, non-partisan way. Give me a bottle of wine and the transport because can't afford it. But will box Donald Trump for world peace. The US announced Wednesday it will continue to keep its land border with Canada closed to non-essential travel until August 21st. The current restrictions have been in place in both countries since the COVID-19 pandemic began. From what we know, it began December 1st. Could have been earlier. Like I said, I think I had it in the January 2020 until about February 20th. 2020, exactly about till when the stock market crash began February 20. In real life, not in because in my fictitious scenario, that's what triggers a World War III. But paradoxically, I did it to avert it. I even said, hopefully we can avert it. And the current restrictions have been in place in both countries since the COVID-19 pandemic began, though Canadians have been able to fly into the US. Canada said earlier this week it would begin allowing fully vaccinated American citizens and permanent residents into the country via any means on August 9th, but the administration of US President Joe Biden declined to follow suit. Goldie Hyder, President and CEO of the Business Council of Canada. Never met, but it's a statement. Goldie Hyder, President and CEO of the Business Council of Canada, yours truly, Adrian Dragan, invites you to find us dancing for world peace and drop down and give me some push-ups for world peace and with love. Said in a statement that decision makes no sense from a public health perspective and will hurt businesses and entrepreneurs on both sides of the border. A notice from the office of the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas noted the risk posed by new COVID variants, that Delta from what I hear, and said returning to previous levels of travel between the two nations places the personnel staffing land ports of entry between the United States and Canada, as well as the individuals traveling to these ports of entry at increased risk of exposure. U.S. extends travel restrictions to Canada-Mexico land borders through August 21st. Canada will allow fully vaccinated U.S. tourists to enter starting August 9th in preliminary step to open border. The decision means Canadians won't be able to travel to the U.S. by land for at least another month. unless the trip is deemed essential. But fully vaccinated Americans will be able to come north for any reasons as of August 9th, for next month. Betty said in an interview that the decision flies in the face of both science and most current public health data. Given Canadians are more highly vaccinated than Americans and the infection rate in Canada is way lower, the most obvious economic consequences of the decision will be to stop Canadian tourists from going to border states, which will negatively impact states like New York, Washington State, and Maine, he said, but also harm Canadians who might want to go to the US for business trips, such as to do sales or follow up on contracts to provide services to American customers. Betty explained. U.S. Congressman Brian Higgins said at a press conference Wednesday afternoon the economies of Ontario and Western New York are deeply integrated, including through the Buffalo Niagara International Airport and professional sports franchises, of which the Canadians made it to the finals of the Stanley Cup for the first time since 93-94 season. Although we call National Basketball Association, which Toronto won 2 years ago, and National Hockey League, they're really transnational or bi-national, right? Because USA is nation states, Canada, US. So, although we call them national, paradoxically, right? National Hockey League is in fact binational, and the National Basketball Association is also binational, but we call it national. Retail, arts and culture and healthcare are also all tied to reliable, predictable access to and from Canada, he said. Rakshu Naidu, president and CEO of the Windsor-Essex Chamber of Commerce, called the decision by the U.S. to keep the border closed very disappointing. Vaccine rollout watch. How countries rank in the COVID-19 vaccination race based on people vaccinated per 100 population data as of July 21st. So fully vaccinated, number 1. United Arab Emirates is first. Oh, interesting. Israel used to be first, but I guess in terms of population as of July 21st is no longer Israel. Based on people vaccinated per 100 population data as of July 21st, which is the most recent data. Fully vaccinated top 10, and Canada is 11th place. United Arab Emirates 68.4, Chile 61.4, Bahrain 60.9, Israel 4th place 60.7, Uruguay 5th place 60.0, Qatar 56.8, 7 Mongolia 56.8, Hungary 55.0, United Kingdom 9th place 53.4. These rankings exclude countries that have a population of less than 1 million. So you gotta keep that in mind. So interesting news here. Canadian businesses are at a big disadvantage, but they can send people across the border to take part in customer review sessions. To bid on new projects or service equipment they sold to clients on the other side of the border, he argued. Not being able to see customers and clients face to face creates a barrier to doing business with Canadians, and US companies may turn to American options, Naidu said. The communities are also tightly integrated on a personal basis, meaning families have been kept apart. There are so many people whose families are separated. Well, not me. It's not the case for yours truly, although I understand, and for many people that are, but myself, the only family I really got, my friend, sister, teacher at Trinity. It's a 4th dimension. My one and only financial sponsor for now. Grew up alone pretty much, but my friend, teacher, and who's my sister really. And besides that, I don't know. If anybody else willingly living with a brother or sister, soldier, ally, family of yours truly, Adrian Dragan, you are welcome to do so. It can be painful, I can understand for many. I know someone who hasn't seen his mother in almost a year and a half now, he said, adding the restrictions have been really made it very difficult. Like I said, it's not the case for Adrian Dragan, who, besides sister, friend, teacher, grew up pretty much on my own for many years. So Adding the restrictions have been really made it very difficult. Asked about the U.S. lagging Canada in relaxing its border restrictions, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said at the Tuesday press conference the rules have always been asymmetrical. While Canada banned all non-essential travel, Canadians have, throughout the pandemic, been able to fly down to the States for tourism, for secondary residences, for whatever reasons they want, he noted. Canada is not going to anymore dictate that what the US should be doing around its border policy than we would accept the US to dictate to us around our border policy, Trudeau said. Higgins said he couldn't speak to what the rationale is for the Biden administration to keep the border closed. One possibility some have pointed to is that the US is keeping the northern border with Canada closed because it doesn't want to open up to the southern border with Mexico. The administration has not been forthcoming with any of this information to justify, so we're all left to guess, to speculate what the reasons may be. Well, I'm not going to speculate, but that was a National Post. I'm going to read. Judge, the Canadian press. Judge issues reasons for rejecting new evidence in Meng Wanzhao's extradition case. And remember, this was one of the events which made jury to create that scenario. This was a major event, of course, triggering the Sino-Canadian political crisis, diplomatic, political, financial crisis. Judge issues reasons for rejecting new evidence in Meng Wanzhao's extradition case. A BC Supreme Court judge says she won't allow proposed new evidence in Meng Wanzhao's extradition. Meng Wanzhao is also known as Kathy Meng, is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer of Huawei, one become the biggest telecommunications, smartphone equipment, internet infrastructure, hardware maker, overtaking Apple and Samsung in about 3 years ago. Support of Huawei executives claim that the United States case against her is manifestly unreliable. And I'm not going to read the comments because I've noticed a lot of comments just go off the subject, and there's a lot of anti-Semitism and a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of hate and not bringing any solutions, or full of these comments on the Microsoft News. But I am inviting my brother Bill Gates. Please stop the conspiracy theories about my astrological brother Bill Gates, who are both Scorpios. Invite him in this modest room house and temple. We'll make him a cup of coffee, because I got some coffee to survive. Well, at least for 2 weeks I got coffee and my rent's paid. I don't know what's going to happen after in August, but it's for the next few days. So Bill Gates in his room office and temple. I'm going to ask 1,000 times 93 divided by a billion times gazillion trillion at the power of 2 divided by 77 questions about Microsoft and computer science, and we're going to do some push-ups for world peace together. I love Bill Gates. In a parallel life, or studied on Dragan, science, innovation, and technology would have been a path diverged. So quick. The Associate Chief Justice Heather Holmes ruled July 9th against admitting the evidence, but her reasons for the judgments were not released until Wednesday. Meng is wanted in the United States on allegations that she misled HSBC about Huawei's relationship with another company, putting the bank at risk of violating U.S. sanctions against Iran. Charges that both she and Huawei deny. Meng's legal team argued that the documents undermined the allegations of fraud against Meng, providing the United States misled the court in its summary to Canada of the case against her. The documents recently obtained by Meng's legal team from HSBC to a court agreement in Hong Kong include internal email chains and spreadsheets. Holmes says in the ruling that while the documents would no doubt be valuable to Meng in a trial, they don't expressly state Meng's conclusion, which can only be reached through interferences. It is only interferences inferences from the documents that support those facts or conclusions, and they are not the only reasonable inferences. Not interference, inferences. Correction. There's no T there. Inference, not interference. So they don't explicitly state Meng's conclusion, which can only be reached through inferences. The documents are also not capable of showing that the inferences made by the United States in the summary of allegations against Meng were unreasonable, she says. Holmes says that weighing competing inferences falls in the jurisdiction of a trial, not an extradition hearing. Competing potential inferences may or may not play an important part in the trial, where witnesses will testify and be cross-examined, and the body of evidence will be far more complete, she writes. In the context of an extradition hearing, the true or more appropriate inference cannot be determined. The final 2 to 3 weeks of hearings in Meng's extradition case are scheduled to begin August 3rd. This report by the Canadian Press was first published July 21st, 2021. Something from an article from not that familiar with is SDNet, ZNet. This swarm, SWARM, like a swarm, a group, a multitude. The swarm of flying, sailing, diving drones is a military first. Not everyone is happy about it. Let's see, Dragan Army, can we use Dragan allies? All NATO member countries. And afterwards, my brothers and sisters in Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, and extending the hand of peace from the east to the west, for world peace, international justice, and globally secure freedom by securing food, housing, and transport, provide this public-private partnership and attaining harmony between civilization and nature by the dancing goddess army. An autonomous swarm of 6 drones flew in the sky, dived underwater, and crept over land to assist armed forces with various experimental missions in the first of its kind exercise for the UK Royal Marines. The swarm took over land, air, water, and above water environments, but was operated as one autonomously controlled unit from a single ground station. The unscrewed systems were deployed as part of training raids on simulated adversary positions in Cumbria and Dorset, and were tasked with various missions, ranging from reconnaissance operations through delivering supplies to soldiers, to identifying and tracking targets of interest. Made up of 6 different types of drones, the swarm took over land, air, water, and above water environments, but was operated as one autonomously controlled unit from a single ground station. This means that the systems worked together, sharing data from their sensors across a single communications network. For example, the drones were able to feed off each other's information and use sophisticated algorithms to accurately identify. It says identity, but it should be an F. I'm going to correct the English. It says identity, to find, identity, and track enemy targets. I think it was meant to be identify because could find, identity, and track enemy targets. Identify, so FY. No problem, I'm off in a minute. Tracking enemy targets. Yeah, I'm off in 3, 2, 1. I'm off. Friend, oftentimes teacher, 111 call sister teaches. English, she's anonymous, would be nominated to be the chief. English, Ministry of Language, Information, and Culture, the dancing goddess, and the Dragon Empire of culture, language, and information. Anonymous, can't say anonymous, my sister, friend, teacher. Anyways, salutations to the UK Army as a Dragon Army ally. The past life was, remember, a few times actually as a Brit, part of the British Empire, quite a few times. I was born in the United Kingdom in Britain. As a Brit once had the honor to meet the world's greatest ever living poet. My father, Alistair Crowell, met him. Wow, like so impressed. And back then I accepted. Gave me a book. Like, what, this book of poetry? I said, what is this? The greatest terrible thing I ever read. I put it away for 5 years and then I accepted it. I met with him again. I said, listen, yes. Yes, AC. I accept the law. Tell him.